Hey everybody, welcome to my little video podcast here. This is Coach Bob Thering, and I help people with their lives and businesses, trying to help people get out of their own way to do a better job of living kind of the dream life and business that they are envisioning. Today, the topic is standards, and I kind of stumbled into this topic. A little preface of this. Okay, so I have the distinction of being a lifelong Cincinnati Reds baseball fan. And boy, that can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. A lot of people resonate with this, especially if they're local to where I am from, and obviously the Cincinnati area and such. But with that said, I grew up in West Virginia, and we don't have a professional sports team, a professional baseball team or football team or basketball team in our state directly. So the closest, we have a few in surrounding states, but the closest one geographically to where I grew up is Cincinnati. My father was also from Cincinnati. So those kind of things contributed to why I became a fan. I fell in love with baseball at a very young age. I've always loved it. It's a very different game, how it's played today, how the people are in it today. But that's another topic for maybe another video. So anyway, but I want to talk today about the standards. Being a fan of this team has been very heartbreaking. I'm sure other professional cities and teams can relate to that, but I don't know. There's just something significantly more, heartbreaking could be the word. For example, the Reds have always fielded should be fielding a pretty decent team each year. They're the oldest professional baseball team. So there's a lot of history and a lot of passion around the team. But I'm wearing a hat in honor of this. It's playoffs 2012. That is the last time the Reds won a playoff baseball game. They've been to a couple wild card games afterwards, but anyway, it's a long time. So it's a long, long time to suffer. So I wear this hat in memory of that, or kind of as more inspiration. Okay, with that said, the other day I was having a conversation with my good friend Bart. Bart's a friend of mine, also a bowling teammate, bowling one of my passions as well. And he also suffers the pain of being I think he's a lifelong Reds fan. That's a good question. I need to verify that. But as far as I know, I think he is, or at least close to it, long as I've known him. So we send messages back and forth periodically. Of course, we talk about it when we're together about how to fix this team. And this is nothing new with sports fans, so I'm not saying it's anything unique with us. But we are the experts. I mean, I think he would say that. I think I would say that. He and I generally agree. Every once in a while, we'll have a disagreement on a player or a manager or a decision, whatever it may be. So, in one of our recent conversations, I was discussing that they're not, at the time of this recording, the team has been struggling for much of this, well, for a good percentage of this year. They have their streaky moments, kind of irrelevant. When I was talking about my feeling is it's a leadership issue. Not necessarily manager, not necessarily owner, not necessarily player, but probably all of them at some level. So I sent a message. In fact, I'm gonna read the message from my phone here so you can get the idea. I said there's a deep leadership issue. I still think the team is loaded with talent, and I also put in parentheses here, I may very well be delusional about this, and I will tell you that I may be as well. And here's what I said. They don't take professional at-bats every time. I went on to say they don't play like Lou Piniella taught the team back in 1990, which is when they won the World Series. Another topic for another day. But after I typed this message, they don't take professional at-bats every time. It struck me like I sit back and analyze and critique everything about these teams. In this day and age, every game's on TV or radio. We can virtually see every at-bat whenever we want. So every replay, and there you have it. Now, granted, they are a professional baseball team, so we do hold them to high standards. But am I holding them too high of a standard? I don't know. I don't think I am, but I could be. But then it hit me. What if we reverse roles? What if they would just turn and watch me every day in my coaching and training practice and my behaviors. And it was almost like a wow wake up moment. What would it be like for them to sit here and dissect every move I make, dissect every session coaching connection I make, my sales process? And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, wow, I wouldn't want them to do that. Now, currently, I'm not earning the same level of money that they are. Even their lowest pay guy makes good money. But is that relevant? Does that really matter? If I'm a business professional and I'm serving people, which is my role, my goal, how am I doing in each one of my at bats metaphorically? Wow, did that? So my little criticism that I sent to Bart really hit me like, this is very interesting. So I got to make more commitment to this. I've got to make more of each at bat is just important, because the reality it is every encounter that I have, every person I work with, every person I serve doesn't mean I can't make mistakes. And that's not usually what he and I are criticizing the players for. It's criticism of the professionalism and the effort. And, but yeah, it was like, wow, so I've changed. I'm changing. I'm working on this. I'm trying to come up with a better way of being a better player each day for people and for me, because why not? And so I challenge you out there. Whatever your metaphor may be, maybe you're inspired by an actor, you're inspired by whoever you're inspired by. Think if you flipped roles with those people and they sat and critiqued your every move and your detail, how you approached your game or film or movie or whatever it may be. It was kind of shocking to me, and but inspiring at the same time. So standards, where do you need to improve and raise your standards? And maybe in some cases you don't do certain things, and your standards are so high. So standards are a big deal. And what do you expect in standards with other people that you work with? Is it defined in your mission, your personal mission statement, your business mission statement, your purpose? Is it clearly defined? And so maybe that's the place to start. What is it? What is your standard of operation? And, we talk about in business, they use things like SOPs, okay? Standard operating procedures. The word standard operating procedures. Well, a professional athlete's got to have some pretty darn high level of standards. I mean, even the worst professional athletes are, I don't know the percentage, but it's less than 1% that are making it there. And here we hold them at such a high level. So maybe raise your standards, maybe reevaluate the standards. That's probably the best thing to do. Reevaluate your standards and look at your commitments and see what you need to do to improve to help serve other people in whatever capacity that you serve. I'm doing it, and reach out to me with some thoughts on this. I would love to hear what your standards are and where you might need help or where you've done well. So, as always, go Reds. All right. Have a great day, folks.